Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to easily fix battery percentage not showing on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. So what you guys want to do first is enable the battery percentage in the settings. It's not available for some devices, but for this one it is. So let's just head over to settings. Now let's scroll down to battery. It's right here, and here we need to scroll a bit down until we see the show battery percentage. Now we need to toggle on the switch, and as you guys can see the difference right here, we do not have the information about our battery, but now when we enable it, we see how many percent we have. Now that's basically it. I hope this video helped you. If it did, then leave a like, sub, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to our HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to easily fix the ghost touch problem on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. So first, what you guys want to do is remove the screen protector, and basically that's why I'll explain. Here we will have the side of our phone. When the screen protector is not applied properly, then it will just cover the edges instead of filling the entire screen, and it can cause the ghost touches. So basically, ghost touches are the touches that you did not make, but the phone still registered it. So that's why you don't want it to happen. Make sure that your screen protector is applied properly. If not, then just remove it and reapply it. And what you guys can do next is clean the screen to remove any debris or moisture. So we're gonna start off by grabbing our microfiber cloth and then giving it a few good swipes. After those swipes, everything should be okay. Now what we can do next is we can check the software updates to fix any touch glitches. So go over to settings, and here, as you guys can see, we will have the software update. It's at the bottom, exactly at the bottom. Here we will have it. Now let's click download and install, and here it will check for updates automatically. So if you already run the latest version, then just wait for an update or bring your phone for a checkup in the service center. But if you don't have the latest version of an update, then it might cause the issues, and you should first try and update the software, then eventually get the phone to the service center to get a checkup and a diagnosis made by a professional and not me. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, then leave a like, sub, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to fix microphone not working on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. So first, what you guys want to do is clean the microphone port with a non-metallic tool. So use something soft like a soft brush, and you can also use compressed air, but I recommend using the soft brush. It's much more efficient. And if you use something metallic, then you can only damage the port, and this will be the reason why your microphone is not working. So what you guys can do first before starting it all out, so after you clean it, then you guys can simply open up the apps here, and you guys can search for the recorder. Now here, as you guys can see, let me quickly click on next and start. Here, let's give permissions to the app, and now we can basically check if our microphone is working. So that's what we can do. Now what we can do next is we can check the software updates to fix any issues with the microphone. Basically, when you're running an older version of your software, then there's a lot of glitches and bugs, so you guys want to definitely update as soon as the new update drops. So go over to the settings. Now in those settings, what you guys want to do is scroll down, and here we will have something called the software update. It's almost at the bottom. Now what we can do is we can go over to download and install, and it will check for updates automatically. As you guys can see, my software is up to date, so I do not have to worry about anything. But if yours is not up to date, then I recommend you guys updating it. It might be the issue why your microphone is not working. So that's basically it for the video. I hope it was helpful, and if it was, then leave a like, sub, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello, today I'll speak about the battery and performance on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. Your Z Flip 7 has, first of all, what's the most important, and it may be a bit controversial, it has a 3300 milliamp hour battery, which is about 700 milliamp hours less than a typical smartphone these days, which may result in your phone battery not holding as long as it typically should. And it is very normal for this phone. Although don't get worried about that too much if you're about to buy this phone, because the battery still holds quite a good time. And of course, if you use it a lot, it will discharge, and it's pretty normal. But you can, for example, watch videos for 31 hours, which is quite a good result. Also, the Exynos 2500, which is the CPU in that phone, actually is very power efficient and makes your phone hold for long enough. Basically, everyday usage on this phone is pretty pleasant. The phone does get a little hot in the top part on the back, because here's where the battery is. And you know, if a battery is packed into a so small space, it gets quite hot. And don't get worried about that too much as well, because Samsung already knows that, and they have acknowledged that, and they made the device durable for these kind of events. Also, the Exynos processor that's built into it has quite some good performance, and you don't need to worry about the performance as well. I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.
Morning guys, in front of me Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7, and let me show you how to fix app crashing. So if you have some issues with particular app, if it's not working properly, let's start with opening the settings, then find and select apps. Here we've got them. Choose the app that is not responding. And here locate. Okay, force stop, but it's not possible here. So in camera we've got it. Mark force stop, tap on OK, and that's it. Then go back to your app and check if it's working properly. If you still have some problems, have some issues with this app after forcing the stop, just open your Play Store, go to updates and check. Just open manage apps and device and go to updates and check if this app is up to date. So let me do it one more time. So if, for example, this app is up to date, if it does have the latest version, and if not, just update it, and it also should resolve the problem. If you still experience some troubles, some issues while using this app, just find it. Let me pick, for example, Spotify, tap and hold, and mark uninstall. Tap on OK. So just uninstall this app and then install it one more time. So let's open Play Store, locate Spotify, and mark install. Just wait till it's done. And it should also help you. Finally, if you still experience some problems, just soft reset your device. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.
Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to easily fix the low volume problem on Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. So what we want to do first is adjust the media and call volume in the settings. So first, whenever we go into settings and then we go to the sounds and vibration, we won't see the call volume here. And this is because you guys can only change it while being in a call. So when you're in a call and you have low volume problems, then you guys can turn it all the way up using the side button right here. Now let's go back to the settings. And here, if you have the low volume problem, then basically max the media setting out right here. Make sure it's all to the right. And then if you want to fix the problem even better, then disable do not disturb mode. So scroll a bit down in the sounds and vibration settings. You guys will see it's looking for something else, and here you will have the do not disturb. Now make sure that do not disturb is disabled. It can cause a lot of low volume. It can also mute all of your notifications, so I do not recommend using it, only when you're in a, let's say, meeting. And what you guys can do next is clean the speaker and the headphone port. So when they are clogged with something, not only dirt, then they might cause low volume output, and that's why we need to clean them. Now what you guys can do as a last resort is update your software. So leave those settings, scroll down in the main page until you guys see software update, and here click download and install. Now make sure that you're running the latest version of your software. If you don't, then I recommend you guys updating it, because older softwares tend to have a lot of glitches, including these ones. So make sure that you update your software. And if nothing worked here, then basically you guys want to go over and call the service center to schedule a meeting and to schedule a checkup on your device, because it might be the hardware problem. So that's basically it. I hope this video helped you. If it did, then leave a like, sub, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to easily fix screen flickering on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. So first, what you guys want to do is go over to the settings. And here we need to go over to the display. So it's right here. Now, as you guys can see, we will have the brightness right here. We need to adjust it to ourselves until we see the flicker disappear a bit. And make sure to disable the adaptive brightness. Now, what you guys can also do is change the motion smoothness. So for example, you won't use 120 Hz, but you will use 60. Now, this will make your phone a bit laggy. It will not feel smooth anymore, but you guys can try and see if that helps you get rid of your screen flickering. Now, what you guys can do is go over to Play Store, and here, let me quickly enter the password. Now here, we want to go to search and search for screen dimmer OLED saver, and it's basically the first app right here. Now let's click on install, and it will install instantly because it's only 2 megabytes. Now let's click open, and here we need to give permissions. So we allow the first one, the second one, and it's right here in the installed apps, screen dimmer. Let's enable it and click allow. Now let's leave it and grant permission for notifications. Now all we gotta do is enable the service. As you guys can see, it already works, and here we can basically dim our screen. If we want to get rid of it, then simply we disable the service and uninstall the app. And last, what we can do is check for software updates. So go over to settings. Now here, scroll all the way down to the bottom and click on the software update. Now click download and install, and make sure that you're running the latest version just like me. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, then leave a like, sub, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to fix touchscreen not responding on your Galaxy Z Flip 7. So first, what you guys want to do is remove the screen protector. Basically, when it's misaligned and not placed properly, then it can go over the screen and it can cause a lot of issues because it can register this side if it goes out here. Basically, the screen protector will be on the screen and it won't fill perfectly. So this is the reason why you need to remove it if it's misaligned. Then what you guys can do is you guys can grab the microfiber cloth and clean your screen. So give it a few good swipes. Don't go too hard on the device though, you don't want to damage anything. And now what you guys want to do is force restart the phone to refresh the entire system. So hold the power button and the volume down button at the same time. Now let me hold it and keep on holding it until the screen goes black and until you see or feel a vibration and see the Samsung logo. So keep on holding. Now you guys can let go and our phone is now restarting. So I'll see you guys once it's ready to use. Now after that, what you guys can do is update the software or perform a factory reset. So first, let's check for the software updates. Go over to settings and here scroll down until you guys see software updates. It's almost at the bottom. Now let's click it and click download and install. Here it will check automatically for the latest version of an update. And as you guys can see, I'm running the latest version already, so I cannot update right now. But if you can, then I recommend you guys updating it. It's very important. Now after that, if there are still some issues even after the software update, then what you guys need to do is go to general management. Here scroll down and select reset and scroll down until you guys see factory data reset. It's right at the bottom here. Now it will check a few things. As you guys can see, now all we gotta do is click reset and everything will be back to default. So that's basically it for the video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, sub, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to fix fast charging not working on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. So first, get your charger and a cable and check for any damage or compatibility. So as you guys can see, I've got the charger right here. This is not the original one. I use the original one for charging. I do not have it right now. But here for an example, we need to look for the damage here or maybe the damage in the cable. And we need to make sure that this is compatible. If it's original, then it is. But if not, then check for compatibility with fast charging. And now what you guys can do is clean the charging port with a non-metallic tool. So we got the charging port right here, as you guys can see, and we need to clean it with a soft brush, for example, but do not use anything metallic. You can only damage the port even more and it will be very bad. So what you guys can do next is make sure that fast charging is enabled in the settings. So whenever you go into the settings, then you need to scroll down until you see the battery right here. And here, scroll until you see charging settings. Now the charging settings are right here. And make sure that the fast charging and fast wireless charging is enabled. If you're not using the wireless charging, you guys can disable it. But I recommend using the fast charging. The normal one is much faster and better. Now what you guys can do is test another fast charger or an outlet one, and as a last resort you can update your software to fix any charging issues. So go back to the main page of the settings, scroll down until you guys see the software update, and here click download and install. Now it will check for updates automatically. As you guys can see, I'm running the latest version of my software. And if you don't, then I recommend you guys updating it. It's very important. And that's it for the video. So I hope it was helpful, and if it was, then leave a like, sub, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I will show you how to easily fix Bluetooth not connecting on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. So first, what you guys want to do is toggle Bluetooth off and on in the settings. So open them up. Now click on connections. And here click on Bluetooth. As you guys can see, my Bluetooth is disabled already. But let's enable it. Now, as you guys can see, here we can stop searching for another devices. Now, turn off the Bluetooth and wait a couple of seconds until you turn it back on. So, now let's just click it. And now our Bluetooth is enabled. It should be working. And whenever your device is paired to the phone, then simply unpair it and repair it again with the device. You guys also do that here. You guys will see the connected devices. You will click on the gear icon on the right side, and right at the bottom here, you guys will see the forget button. So now what you guys can do is restart the phone and the Bluetooth device. So if it's, for example, your headphones, then restart them or place them in the case and close the case until your phone is back. So basically hold the power button and the volume down button at the same time. Now click restart and tap again to restart the phone. And what you guys can do with your headphones, for example, is place them back in a case and turn them on once the phone is working. So I'll see you guys once my phone restarts. Now, after the phone restart, the last thing you guys can do is update your software to fix any connectivity bugs. So when you think it's a glitch, then what you guys want to do is check for the newer software updates. So go over to the settings. Now in those settings, scroll all the way down until you guys see the software update right here and click on download and install. Now it will check for updates automatically. You just need to be connected to a Wi-Fi network. And as you guys can see, my software is up to date, but if yours isn't, then I recommend you guys updating it because it can fix a lot of issues, including the connectivity ones. So that's basically it. I hope this video helped you, and if it did, then leave a like, sub, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.
Welcome. In front of me is Samsung Galaxy Flip Z7, and in this video I will show you what to do if your face recognition scanner doesn't recognize your face properly. So let's set up a new face model for the phone. Let's go to settings, then select lock screen and AOD, screen lock and biometrics, then confirm with your PIN or password. Then select face recognition, and if you have some previous face models enrolled on this device, then remove them before adding a new one. Then before we continue, let's also make sure that the lights in the room where you're at are properly set up so that you can clearly see your features, facial features in the camera. For the same reason, use the dry towel to wipe the frontal camera of your device. Do it very carefully, not to damage it. When you're ready, please continue, press register, and proceed by adding a new face model to your device. Follow the instructions and look directly in the camera. And when you're ready, let's also make sure that the system is up to date on your phone. So go to the settings, then go to software update. And if you have some updates to install, then take your time and install them. And just before you proceed, let's restart the phone to make sure that the change is applied. So hold down the power key, select restart, confirm, and wait until the phone reboots. When your phone is restarted, give it some time to reload. And let's unlock it first using the PIN code or a password or a screen lock pattern. Then let's try to use our facial recognition feature right now. Okay, it worked well for me the first time. Now let's try it one more time and one last time. And as you can see, everything works properly for me, and I hope that it does for you too. And if it does, please consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like and a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to improve the battery life on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. So first, what you guys want to do is turn off always on display. So what you guys want to do is go over to settings, and now in those settings, you guys want to scroll down until you guys see lock screen and AOD. Basically, AOD is the always on display, and you guys can find it right here. And here we can disable it. Now it's disabled, but let me show you how it looks. So basically, it looks like that. Now it can drain your battery a lot, so I recommend you guys turning it off. As you guys can see, there is a noticeable difference. This is the always on display, and this is when we turn on our phone. There's a big difference. Now what we want to do is we want to disable that, and then what you guys want to do is shorten the screen timeout in the settings. So now go over to the display, it's right here close to the battery, and scroll a bit down until you guys see the screen timeout. Now click here, and I recommend you guys putting it either at 15 or 30 seconds. If you think 15 seconds is too fast, then you guys can put it to 30 or a minute. I need to keep it at 10 minutes basically due to the video, but I normally use 30 seconds to 15. And what you guys can do next is restrict the background app activity in the settings. So here, let's go to settings and go to the battery. It's close to the display. So now let's click here, click on background usage limits. And here, what you guys can do is enable put unused apps to sleep. And now scroll down and go to view details in the battery usage. And here scroll a bit down until you guys see an app that you want to restrict. So for me it will be Google. Now let's enable background usage limits, and it will automatically be put to sleep, so we do not have to worry about anything. And that's basically it. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, then leave a like, sub, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I will show you how to easily fix speaker not working on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. So what you guys want to do first is check the volume levels in the settings. It's very important because we sometimes forget about them and wonder why our speakers are not working. So let's go over here and go to settings. Now let's go over to sounds and vibration, and here we will have the volume. So click on volume, and here make sure that either media, ringtone, or notifications are maxed out. I recommend maxing out all three. And now what you guys can do after that is clean the speaker grill with a soft brush. So let me show you guys. Here we will have the speaker grills. Basically you want to clean them with a soft brush, and after you clean them, what you guys can do is disable Bluetooth to make sure that audio is not rerouted anywhere. So for example, you might have Bluetooth turned on and the audio might be routed to some kind of speaker that's not in your room, your headphones that are in the case, or basically your car. So there's some few levels of that. Now, to disable the Bluetooth, we need to go over back to the main page, go to connections, it's right up top, and here make sure that Bluetooth is disabled. So when your Bluetooth is enabled, then as you guys can see, it will constantly scan for new devices. So what you guys want to do is just disable it, and now you shouldn't have any problems with your audio being rerouted somewhere else. So as a last resort, what you guys want to do is update your software. There's a lot of glitches in older softwares when for example you want to listen to music, you just can't because your speaker is not working, or you want to call somebody but you get no sound during a call. So that's why updating your software is that important. So let's go over here. Now let's go back to software update, it's at the bottom, and here click on download and install. Here, as you guys can see, it will check for updates automatically. I have the latest version, but if you guys don't, then I recommend you guys updating it. It's very important, and that's basically it. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, then leave a like, sub, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to easily fix the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 heating while charging. So first, let's start off with, it's normal if you charge the phone using fast charging. It's normal that your phone heats up because it has to charge the phone faster. And basically what you guys can do about it is disable the fast charging. But when you do disable that, then basically the phone will charge longer. So you're sacrificing your time. But let's go over to settings. I'll show you guys where to find it. Scroll down until you guys see battery. And here, let's scroll a bit down until you see charging settings. Now here, as you guys can see, we have the fast charging. It's enabled by default, both of the charging, wireless charging and the charging, but you guys can disable that here, and now your phone should not heat up. What you guys can also do is check for background apps or any apps that can cause heat and high power consumption. So it's also in the battery settings, it's right here. We have the battery usage, we have the details about which app uses the most, and as you guys can see, the Google, we can basically background the usage limits. It's normally disabled, but here we can basically put the app to sleep when we are not using it. It's very important to do that so we don't actually heat up our phone even more. And then we can use original charger and a cable. It's very important to do that because when you're not using the original charger, and let's say the original one has 25 watts or 30 and you're using a 67 watt charger, then it can also cause issues with your battery heating, and it can also decrease the battery life. So make sure to use the original charger and a cable and avoid the phone while charging. So for example, don't watch any YouTube videos, don't watch Netflix, don't watch TikTok, and much more. Now what you guys can also do, if you got a case for this phone, it's very hard to find, but if you do, then make sure to remove it, because as you guys can see, the phone can heat up inside. So for example, the phone can heat up here in the back, and it can cause a lot of issues. So I recommend you guys removing the case if you got one. If not, then just skip this step. Now for the last thing, what you guys can do is charge the phone in a cool and ventilated area, and I don't mean the fridge, just a room temperature. And you guys can use some fans and it should help a lot. So that's basically it. I hope this video helped you. If it did, then leave a like, sub, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to fix headphones not detected on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. So if you're using an adapter for USB-C, so your charging port, then first let's start off by cleaning it. Basically, dust can block a lot of connections, so you want to make sure that your charging port is clean. And next, after you clean it, let's hold the power button and let's click restart and restart our device to refresh the entire system. So I'll see you guys once the phone restarts. Now, after the phone restart, what you guys need to make sure of is that you're using either a certified adapter or that is the high quality one. If you're using a cheap quality adapter, then it also might be the issue. And you guys can also test a different pair of headphones to check if it's the adapter's fault or your headphones. Now, what you guys can do is, for the Bluetooth headphones, what you guys can do is restart the Bluetooth. So open up settings. Now here, go to connections and select Bluetooth. Here, make sure that your Bluetooth is on. Now keep it on for a while, and after a few seconds, disable it and re-enable it. Now if your device is already connected, I mean your headphones, then you guys can forget them and then simply repair them back. Now for the next step, make sure that your headphones are charged fully, so there's no situations where your headphones are discharged completely and you even cannot use them. So now what you guys can do is avoid Wi-Fi or device interference. So that means another device may be connected to them, and that's why yours is not connecting to it or it's not even detecting them. And what you guys can do is reset the network and the Bluetooth settings. So go to settings now. Here we need to scroll a bit down until we see the general management. Now let's click on reset, and here let's scroll down and reset Wi-Fi and Bluetooth settings, and then reset mobile network settings. You guys can basically reset all settings all at once, and basically you will lose everything except the personal data. So for example, you guys will lose every single setting that you changed on the phone. You guys will lose, for example, every device connected, every Wi-Fi network connected, and that's basically it. If there are still some issues, then I would recommend visiting the service center for a checkup. And I hope this video helped you. If it did, then leave a like, sub, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to fix no sound during calls on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. So first, when you're in a call, then I recommend you guys first checking the side buttons. It's a thing that we forget about and we realize that later. So first, check it out and make sure that your volume is turned up. You can only do that in the call because, let me show you, here we will have all of the sliders and none of them is for call. This might look like a call, but it's just a ringtone. So now after that, what you guys can do is go over to settings and now go over to Bluetooth. So go over to connections. Here we will need to go over to the Bluetooth, and we need to make sure that the Bluetooth is disabled. So whenever it's enabled, just like now, then I recommend you guys disabling it. Basically, any connected device might reroute the audio. So for example, when you have your headphones connected, you don't even know about it, then basically the audio might be rerouted to the headphones instead of the earpiece or the speaker, and that's why you might not have the volume during a call. So after that, what you guys can do is, here we will have the earpiece, and what we can do is we can easily clean it and then check if the sound is there by using either another call. So for example, you just call somebody from the original app or you call somebody on, let's say, WhatsApp. Now after that, if there are still some issues, then we're gonna restart our phone to refresh the entire system. So let's hold the power button. Now let's click restart and tap it again to restart our phone. So I'll see you guys once the phone restarts. Now, after the phone restart, what you guys want to do is, as a last resort, reset the network settings. So I'll show you how to easily do that. So first we need to go over to the settings, and now in those settings we can either go to the general management, so it's right here, or also here in the general management, I forgot to say that, here we have the reset, but you guys can also find it by going to about phone, and here after a scroll we will have looking for something else, and here we will have the reset option. So it's all the same, there's just many different ways to do that. So now let's scroll down, and here let's click reset network settings, so basically the mobile network settings. Let's click on it and click reset settings. Now click on reset, and as you guys can see, now those settings are reset. Now you guys can try if there's sound in your calls. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, then leave a like, sub, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to fix Wi-Fi not working on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. So first, what you guys want to do is toggle the Wi-Fi off and on. So as you guys can see, let me unlock the phone. Here we have the Wi-Fi icon. Basically, that means we're connected to the Wi-Fi. So go over to settings. Now here in those settings, what we want to do is we want to go to connections, and now click on the Wi-Fi here. Now click on this switch on the right side. Now the Wi-Fi is turned off, and we need to wait a couple of seconds until we turn it back on. So around 5 seconds have passed already. Let's turn it on, and it should be all good. Now, if there are still some issues, you guys can easily forget and reconnect to the network by clicking on the gear icon right next to it. Click on forget in the bottom on the right side of the screen. And now let's get the same network here. Let's just click on it, and here let's enter our password. So I'll see you guys once I enter mine. Now after clicking connect, we are successfully connected to the network, and what we can do next, if there are still some issues, is restart the router and the phone. So I do not have my router nearby, so I cannot do that. But what I can do is show you guys how to easily restart your phone. So hold the power button and the volume down button. Now keep on holding them until you guys see this menu appear. Click on restart and tap again to restart the device. So I'll see you guys once the device is fully restarted. So now let's go over to the settings, and in the settings we need to check for the software updates. So go to the settings right here. Now scroll down until you guys see the software update. It's almost at the bottom, and here click download and install. Now it will check for updates automatically, and as you guys can see, my software is up to date. If yours isn't, then I recommend you guys updating it. It's very important. You can get rid of many glitches by simply updating your software. It's one click and it can make your device 100 times better. So now moving on, as the final option is to reset the network settings. So go to the general management, it's also at the bottom, click on reset, and here click on reset Wi-Fi and Bluetooth settings and reset mobile network settings. We do not want to reset accessibility settings. Only if you guys want to, then you guys can click reset all settings, but I would recommend resetting these settings. Now after that, resetting the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth settings. Basically it will forget all the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi networks and it will bring them back to default. And that's basically it. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, then leave a like, sub and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.
Welcome, in front of me is Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7, and in this video I will show you what to do if your fingerprint scanner doesn't work properly on this phone. So let's try to set up a new fingerprint model on your device. So to do that, go to Settings, then select Lock Screen and AOD, then go to Screen Lock and Biometrics, select Fingerprints. If you have some previously installed fingerprints on your device, then remove them. Now set a pin for your device if you didn't do that before. Okay, go to fingerprints and then click continue, and before you start adding any fingerprints, wipe the surface of the fingerprint scanner using a dry towel in order to make sure that it's clean and smooth and it treats your fingerprints properly. Okay, and as you can see right now we can start. So move your fingerprint around the sensor, but before you do that, click register, of course. Try to touch the fingerprint using each part, sensor using each part of your fingerprint. And when you're done, click done. Then let's test and see if the fingerprint is recognized. And once we know that it is, let's go back to the settings, and let's also check if your system is up to date. And in order to do that, go to the software update settings, and if you have any software update to install, then take your time and do that. And just before we continue, let's restart the phone. So hold down the power key for a while, then select restart and let your phone reboot. And once your phone is restarted, give it some time to reload. And then let's try to unlock the device using the fingerprint. And as you can see, it went pretty smoothly for me the first time. Let's check it a couple more times. And as you can see, everything works well, and I hope that it does for you too. And if this video helps you in any way, then please consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like in the comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to use your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 as a sort of computer using the Dex mode. So first of all, you'll need to have a monitor and your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. Or any other modern Samsung phone that's from a top line, because some cheap budget Samsung phones may not have that function, but you also can find it in settings. I'll show you that in a moment. Also, you will need a cable, not only your monitor. If your monitor supports USB-C cable, then you can, and that USB-C is supported for video input, then you can use video USB-C cable to basically connect it. And it's really great, but you also need to have a cable that supports data transfer. Not all will work, but if you get a good cable, then it'll work. I actually will use an HDMI cable that's connected to my monitor, and you can see the other end is right here. Then I have an adapter that has multiple ports here, and on the other end it is USB-C. You can see it has HDMI right here. So I will first connect that HDMI cable, then simply connect the USB-C to the Z Flip. Now I'll unlock the phone first. And now I'm gonna make sure that the display is on. In a moment, I'll also show you how to check if your device supports the Dex. Okay, let's turn it on. Now it is in my Windows, so I'll just switch the source. Let's see if the source is right here. Okay. We need to go in there. Okay, let's approve it. Now I've switched to HDMI on my monitor, and you can see it displays Samsung Dex. If I want, I can enable a touchpad mode on my Dex by going to the notifications, then clicking on the notification about the touchpad. Now my phone functions as a touchpad. You can also connect Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, or USB keyboard and mouse if you're using an adapter and if it supports USB input. Now, if you want to check if your device supports Dex, go to the settings. The settings here are exactly the same as on the phone, so I'll just show you here. Basically, on your phone, if you go to connected devices, and if you scroll down, you should find somewhere Samsung Dex. Once you find it, you know it's supported. And now we are in the Dex mode. You can do whatever you want here. It basically functions as a computer. Maybe not, you can't do everything here, but there's quite a few things that you can. And I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.
Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to easily fix the battery drain on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. So first, what you guys want to do is enable battery saver in settings. So go over to settings. Now here we need to scroll a bit down until we see battery. And here, as you guys can see, we need to click on power saving. Now, after we click on power saving, let's click here on the left side and not the switch. And here we will be able to change the power saving options. So if you want a smooth display while using the power saving, then you will need to disable the limit CPU speed to 70% and then disable the set motion smoothness to standard. As you guys can see, you will basically turn off always on display, decrease the brightness, and set the screen timeout to 30 seconds, and also use the dark mode. So without performance limits like your CPU speed and the motion smoothness, it will be basically pointless to use the power saving. But when you use it, then basically you're guaranteed that your battery won't drain. Now moving on, what we can do is we can change the display settings. So it's right here, it's close to the battery. And here we need to either lower the screen brightness by ourselves. So grab it and now you guys can slide it. And then what you guys can also do is enable the adaptive brightness. But I won't do that because it's so bright. Now what else can we do is we can disable the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and our location when we don't need it. So open up the control center. Now here, as you guys can see, we have the Bluetooth, the Wi-Fi, and here now Bluetooth is enabled. And here it needs to be gray to be turned off. Now we're gonna turn off the Wi-Fi, and here we can open it up and here disable our location. But without location access, then whenever your device is lost, you just won't be able to find it. So make sure to only turn it off at home. And now when you're using something, simply turn it on, and when you're not, then turn it off. Now what you guys can do is go back to the battery settings. So go over to settings, go to battery, and here you guys will basically identify the high drain apps. So let's scroll down, and here you guys will see the apps that are draining the battery the most. So for me, it's One UI Home, Personal Data Intelligence, and from all of those apps, basically Spotify is an app that we want to stop, so we can enable background usage limits. And as you guys can see now, the app will be put to sleep when not in use. And last, what we can do is we can update the software to fix any battery related bugs. So go over to the main page. Now here, let's scroll down until we see the software update. Now click download and install, and it will check for updates automatically. So as you guys can see, I'm running the latest One UI version, Android version. And if you're not, then I recommend you guys updating it. It's very important. As of 31st of the July, when the video is being recorded, this is the latest version. If there's an update in the future, then make sure to do that. And that's basically it. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, then leave a like, sub, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to take selfies using a feature called Flex Cam on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. The cover screen, also called a flexi window, can take selfies and or record videos. And to do it, you'll need to open the camera app from this widget. If you don't have this widget, first of all, you'll need to acknowledge that once you press and hold on the screen, you can swipe between different wallpapers. Once we understand that, you can open the phone. After pressing and holding on the cover screen, it'll go straight into the settings of the screen that you're currently on. Click on this shortcut in bottom right corner, then make sure to select the camera app. Now once it's done, from now on, you will be able to simply swipe that camera app towards the center of the screen. Now you can see it has opened the camera app. And you can do various things in here. You can swipe between different modes like portrait mode, photo mode, and video mode. To start a photo, portrait, or start a video, just tap. Also for the videos, you can just tap. It starts recording when you can see this red blinking around the cameras. And also you'll see red up here. Once you tap on the screen again, it finishes the recording. Now there are also way more things here. Like for example, zooming in. You can zoom in like that, but I honestly prefer to just simply click on this zoom option and select the type of zoom that I want. Like for example, 4x zoom. Then click on the screen to take the photo. If you click on these 4 dots, you can also do some other settings here. Like for example, you can disable the screen. Now you'll need to, you can see it is like that. If you disable it, then you'll simply be able to, you aren't able to click on the screen now. Now you need to click on the shutter icon. If you want to, you can press and hold on it, then move it to the other side of the screen. Now let's go back to these 4 dots, because you can also see some other things in there, like the flashlight. Okay, I forgot it's with that button. You can see the flashlight is there. It doesn't use this flashlight because it is quite strong, and it may like affect your eyes, so it's not that good. Instead it'll use the screen for the flashlight. Now there's also the timer. You can select the aspect ratio, and you can select the resolution. For video, instead of resolution, there will be quality and frame rate. Now let's go back to the photo. You'll also see things like moving photo, but that's only available in 12 megapixels, which means that when you take a photo, it records also a few seconds after taking the photo. So when you go to the gallery, when you press and hold on that photo, it actually plays the video out of that photo. But you need to actually view it in the gallery app when the phone is opened, because otherwise you won't be able to view the motion photo. Now there's also some color modes, which is also great, and some other things like this one, which can let you set the color tone to natural or warm. Now that will be about it for the camera app here, and I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. In this video, I'm gonna explain how to keep your foldable Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 folded safely, and how to take care of the foldable screen overall. So let's begin. Okay, so it is very important to take proper care of your Samsung, and the first most important thing is before folding the phone, make sure there are no objects such as cards, coins or keys in between the key screens. Otherwise, a sharp object could potentially scratch or puncture the main screen, especially because this is a plastic screen. To make it foldable like that, it has to be plastic, and plastic screens aren't too good when it comes to generally being scratch resistant. And if there's any piece of sand at all, like pieces of sand also may break it a little bit. They may break the screen. It may not only be scratched, but just simply broken. Now, the Z Flip supports sort of a water resistance, but isn't fully water resistant. So remember about that, and isn't dust resistant. So you shouldn't allow any liquids or particles enter the device. Also, when you put it in your pocket, it is worth just closing it, because the open screen, especially if you put it somewhere near your keys or anything else in your pocket, it isn't good. Now, very important things now. Do not press the screen with a hard or sharp object, such as a pen or your fingernail, or apply excessive pressure. Doing so could result in scratching or puncturing the screen as well. Then do not remove the protective top layer from the main screen. This is very, very important. There is a protective top layer that you sometimes may see a little bit, and never remove it. This is a factory applied one, and removing it in all cases results in screen breaking. Now, don't fold your device towards the backside backwards, because the device will also get damaged. And don't place magnets near the phone. Magnetic objects such as credit cards, for example, passbooks, access cards, boarding passes or parking passes may be damaged or disabled by the phone. So this is actually not breaking your phone, but rather the magnet that you have, because the phone has magnets for it to close properly and stay closed. There are magnets there, and they may interfere with your credit cards, for example. Now, screen protectors should be only applied to the cover screen. The main screen should never have any sort of screen protector besides the factory one. If your factory screen protector on the main screen gets broken, get it to Samsung certified service, because otherwise you'll probably break it. And also, what's very important, don't apply too much pressure on the middle part of the screen. It's not good to apply pressure at all, but especially in the middle part where the screen is the most fragile, because there's nothing underneath it here. You know, here at the top or at the bottom, the screen is held by some metal from the bottom. Now, here in the center, to make it foldable, it has to have just air inside. So it's not good at all to do that. And I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that you will know now how to take care of your foldable phone. And feel free to like and subscribe to our channel, and see you in the next one. Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to fold partially your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 for flex mode. If you take your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 and fold it just partially between 75 and 115 degrees, then you will be in a flex mode. And on the home screen, of course, it does nothing at all. But if you go to, for example, the browser or any other app, honestly, then you will have this little button down here. Once you click on it, you'll have a touchpad, which is quite weird, honestly, let's say that. But it is there, of course, and you can use it. You can use this thing to scroll. Instead, you can also use this feature to screenshot, which is also quite weird, but of course, may be useful. Okay, like, let's get rid of that screenshot. Now I want that button brings up the notification center, and these three dots will also let you do some other things here. There's a toolbar, quick settings, screen recorder, display brightness or volume. You can also go to the settings to adjust the flex mode panel settings. You can see it has opened in the split screen view. Now I'm gonna see what do we got in there. So that mode lets you select an auto show panel when folded. Like for example, let's select something that's important to me, like for example the Google. Okay, you can change the scroll wheel position, learn more about touchpad gestures. Okay, I don't care about that now. Let's go to like any app, then fold the phone partially, open that flex mode, and go to that option, which lets you open an app in in split screen basically. So now you have one app right here, one app right here. That's pretty useful as well. And now let's see, because there should be that option that I've enabled that should automatically open an app when I'm in that flex mode. Okay, so you can see when I'm in Google right now, if I flex the phone, it automatically opens the touchpad. I don't really find the touchpad that useful, but maybe you will. So feel free to check it out on your own, see if it works well for you. Now let's go to another thing in flex mode, which also lets you take photos or selfies or videos, whatever, with the camera app. Let's open the camera app. Now, once I unfold the screen a little bit, now you can see that the camera is here, like what's in the camera is displayed on the top half, so you can always see it. And on the bottom, you have some cool controls, like everything, honestly. Now, that's extremely useful for some stable shots, like videos, for example. If you go to video, if you start recording a video, then it is stable, exactly stable, like on a tripod, but you don't need a tripod for it. Now, also there is this little button right here that lets you open the cover screen preview. This means that the cover screen shows the preview of what's shown here, so both screens can see it. That's also extremely useful. Then there is this button, which just lets you swap spaces, the preview and the tools. And I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.
Welcome, in front of me is Samsung Galaxy Flip C7, and in this video I will show you what to do if your phone doesn't accept your PIN code. So the first thing I want you to check is whether you're trying to enter the PIN code, your security PIN code that you set up yourself, and not the SIM card PIN code, as these two are often mistaken for each other. And if you're sure that you're trying to enter the right PIN code, then also make sure that there are no fingerprint scanner or facial recognition enrolled on your phone with which you can access your device. And now if you don't have any other option than to enter your PIN code, and it doesn't and it's not accepted in the normal mode, maybe you should switch to the safe mode, in which there will be no third-party applications that may affect the way that your lock screen behaves. And in order to open the safe mode, you'll have to press and hold the power button and the volume up and volume down keys at the same time for about 5 to 10 seconds, until your phone vibrates, basically. Okay, and when your phone vibrates, hold down the volume down key by itself when you see the logo, and wait until your phone boots up. In a while it will boot up into the safe mode. Keep holding down the power key. Okay, I think I didn't that didn't work for me this time. Let me try once again. Okay, so the phone started rebooting, and once you see Samsung Galaxy secured by Knox, let's hold down the volume down button and wait until the phone boots up. Okay, and as you can see right now, the phone is in a safe mode. You can see the safe mode indicator in the bottom left corner of your screen. And now try to enter the PIN code once again. And just in case you succeed, go to the Settings application, then scroll down to the lock screen and AOD, and go to Screen Lock and Biometrics. Enter your PIN code, select None, and then hold down the power key, select Restart, and wait until your phone is restarted. Now, after that, after that you'll be able to use your device once again. But if it didn't work and you weren't able to sign into your account in the safe mode, then the best solution in such case would be to contact Samsung customer support service, tell them about your issue, and if you can prove the prove the ownership of your smartphone to them, they will most likely help you solve your issue and will let you regain access to your smartphone without removing any personal information, any files from your device. And now if this option is unavailable for you either, you can simply perform a factory reset operation on your phone. If you have a Google account connected to your smartphone, you can use any device to search for the Find Hub service. Unfortunately, I have the airplane mode enabled now. Let's wait until the Wi-Fi connects again. So yeah, find the Find Hub service by Google. Log into the service using your Google account that is connected to the smartphone. Then select this smartphone on the list, and then select Factory Reset, which is the last option on the list, and using which you'll be able to erase all data from your phone, and once the device is erased, is reset, you'll be able to set it up as a new device once again. Now the other way to perform a factory reset is through the recovery mode, and if you don't know how to use the recovery mode on your phone, then you can check the full video on our channel where we explain everything step by step. So look up how to perform factory reset operation on Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. Watch this video if you need it, and for this one, I hope that it helped you, and if it did, please consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like and a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to use Gemini Live on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. To use Gemini Live, there's quite a few things that are worth knowing. First, I'll show you just the basic usage of and how to turn it on. So you may want to either press and hold on the power button. Now click on this little icon in the bottom right corner. I put that on hold, but you can see now I'm in the live mode. And I can start speaking to it like I would to a person, and it's a conversation. It'll respond, then I can interrupt, I can ask another question and stuff like that. And also what's good here is that you can click on the home button to actually continue using your phone while Gemini is in the background. I'll show you that. So now you can see that it shows this little light at the bottom, which indicates that Gemini is listening to me. And it also shows listening at the top. I can do whatever I like here to use Gemini, right? And you can ask it whatever question you want, like something that you want to learn, something that you want to check, something that you want to know more, whatever you wish. Now I will close it and I'll show you some other things that you can do with the Gemini Live. By pressing and holding on the power button, you can click on the, I'm in live now. If you click on this little button, it will let you click on share screen. Now Gemini sees my screen, and I could ask it, for example, what's on my wallpaper, and it would tell me that it's the Beatles wallpaper. So that's pretty great. And now there's also another thing right here, which is pressing and holding. Then if you go to the Gemini Live, then you'll see this button right here. And that lets you point on with your camera onto something, and it'll tell you what does it see. So I'll try it again, but I'll just stop speaking for a moment. So let's do it. What do you see?
I see a small potted succulent. Are you looking for care tips, or do you have something else in mind?
Is it a real or artificial succulent?
It's a little hard to tell from the video, but it looks artificial. The leaves appear very uniform and perfect, and real succulents usually have slight variations. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, also I wonder what brand this laptop is.
Okay, I see the laptop now. It looks like an HP. Is there anything specific you'd like to know about it?
Okay, so it made a mistake, but maybe because my monitor in front of me is HP, and never mind that. Like, it really works in some cases. Of course, you never can trust AI 100%, but it may be useful in identifying some things that you don't understand. And you may test it out yourself and see if it works for you well. Now, another thing to mention here is a Hey Google feature. You can see that when I said Hey Google out loud, it actually opened the Gemini. If you don't have that option enabled, go to the Google app, then go to your profile icon in top right corner and go to settings. Then go to Google Assistant, and now you may want to go to voice match. Now make sure Hey Google is enabled. I'll show you how to enable it because it actually requires you to say full phrases out loud, so I'll do it to configure voice match. Hey Google, help me write a thank you note. Hey Google, what's the weather tomorrow? Okay Google, explain how a rainbow is formed. Okay Google, set a timer for 5 minutes. Okay, and it works. You can see it set up, and now whenever I say Hey Google, it opens Gemini. So that's also great. Also, if your power button didn't work, you weren't able to open Gemini, or instead it opened the Bixby, which is a Samsung assistant, which isn't really that good. You can go to settings, then find advanced features, and now you'll be able to find the side button. Now go to long press and make sure it's set to Digital Assistant Google. And now it'll work. And I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to activate and use Galaxy AI features on the cover screen of your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. On the cover screen, you can use Galaxy AI features like, for example, Gemini Live or Now Brief. Let's begin with Gemini Live. To do it, you need to press and hold on the power button. That will open Gemini. But it opens just typical Gemini. If you want to open Gemini Live, you need to press and hold on the power button. Then click on this little icon, which disappears after you start talking. This little icon, and you can see now that it opens Gemini Live. I put it on hold, but as I start speaking, it starts talking to me like in a conversation. So you can, for example, ask it like, what is Linux operating system?
Linux is a free and open source operating system. It's known for being very stable and secure. You'll find it powering everything from supercomputers to everyday devices like Android phones. Do you want to know more about its history, or maybe how it compares to other operating systems?
Could you tell me, would it be good for me?
Linux is a great option if you value privacy, security, and customization. It's also fantastic for learning about computers and programming. However,
Okay, so that's basically how it works. And what's the best about it is that you can still use it while you are in like doing other stuff. So if I just go anywhere, I've put it on hold, but if I go back to the Gemini Live, if I go to the home screen, you can see there's some like light at the bottom that indicates that Gemini Live is listening all the time. And you can ask it different questions here. which is great, and it'll answer you while you're doing something else. And also there are some other features, but like for example that Gemini Live that can see what's on your screen, but it doesn't work on the cover screen, so I'll just show it later to you. Before we continue with anything else, I'll finish that Gemini session and let's go to the phone, because once you pressed and hold on the button and it didn't open Gemini, it might have instead opened the Bixby assistant, which isn't as good as Gemini. So if you want to change it, you should go to Settings, then go to Advanced Features. Now go to Side button and go to Long Press. Make sure it's set to Digital Assistant Google. Now it should work. Also, another feature that you can use is Hey Google. It didn't work now because it's probably not set up. So if you want to set it up, go to Google App, then click on your profile icon in top right corner and go to Settings. Now go to Google Assistant, Voice Match, and I will remove my voice match because it's already set up by someone else on my account, so I'll remove it. And now I'll enable Hey Google, and I'll need to configure it by saying 4 phrases out loud, so let's do it. Hey Google, help me write a thank you note. Hey Google, what's the weather tomorrow? Okay Google, explain how a rainbow is formed. Okay Google, set a timer for 5 minutes. Okay, now it is set up, and once I just say, Hey Google, you can see it opens Gemini. And now I also said about it being able to see your screen. So if I go to, if I open it and click on that button, share screen with live, I can select share entire screen and share screen. What do you see on my screen right now?
I see a Beatles-themed wallpaper on your phone. Are you looking to change it, or did you have something else in mind?
And you can see it works just like that, right? It sees what's on your screen, so you can, for example, ask it if you're on some website and don't understand something that's written on that website, you can ask it about it. Or anything else, if you have any picture being displayed and you don't get what's on the picture, feel free to ask it that. Now, let's move on to the other feature, which is also available on the cover screen, because the video is mostly about cover screen here. So let's do it. If you slide to the widgets, and if you have that widget, you may not have it, so I'll also show you how to add it later. This widget, it may say now brief or evening brief or something like that. It may have this little icon right here. Once you click on it, it'll be a recap of your day. And it may have things like what happened during the day, like the weather, for example, how was it, the playlist you might enjoy and may want to check out, some YouTube videos that you may want to check out, and there will be also a few more other things that you may want to see, like for example, there may be some events that you were a part of today or that are scheduled for tomorrow, some messages, some notifications that you've gotten, some summary of that. You can also ask it to read out loud. So once you click on this button, it'll start reading.
With a high of 25 and a low of 14 degrees.
But honestly, for now brief, I unfortunately just hate the voice here. It sounds too robotic for me, so I don't want to listen to that. But you may just read it without the voice if you don't like the voice as well, or you may actually like the voice. Now, if you don't have this Now Brief widget, you may need to press and hold on the widgets page. Then click on Edit. Open the phone, and you'll be in widget editing. Now you'll need to go to Now Brief and find the Now Brief widget. Now add it wherever you like. You can see I don't have any free space anywhere here. I could either delete a widget to free up the space and then add the widget here. Or I could also add it to a new page on the right or on the left. Now I have it, so if I close the phone, I'll most probably have two Now Brief widgets, and they both can be used for the same exact thing here. And depending on the time of the day and on the things that had happened here, it may give you some actual really cool responses that are worth looking into more deeply. And that will be about it, about Galaxy AI on the Flex window, also called the cover screen. I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to use the Flex window for some quick tasks on your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. Flex window is this cover screen, which now takes up more space on the outer side, so it's bigger and is even better for basic tasks than ever. Because now it fits more widgets on the screen. What I mean by that, once your Flex window is unlocked, because it is locked like your phone, right? You can see it is locked right here. If I unlock it with my fingerprint or with pattern pin or password, I can slide to the left and open widgets. Previously, on previous Samsung devices, those widgets were all full screen. One widget was one screen here. Now you can have up to 4 widgets depending on the size of the widget on a screen. You can see there are different ones here. Some of them are, of course, in a size called 4x4, which is basically the full screen almost, but some of them you can see are a bit smaller. I can have the weather here. You can see I have some weather. That's pretty cool. I can have the calendar. So I can click on it, view it. I can add a task very quickly, like for example, and you can see it is you need to actually not add the name of the task, but like add an event on, let's say, what's the date? Today is the 30th of July, so I'll ask it for 31st of July. Called concert. And let's also say like 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And you can see that when I go to here, it did it a bit weirdly, but like I can edit it later. It shouldn't really be like that because it should interpret the language. You can see it says add event. So let's try typing in add event instead of add an event. Let's see. Okay, so you shouldn't actually type in add event, which is weird because that's what it suggested, but never mind. It's not perfect, but at least it is there. I think it's way more useful for using like to check your schedule, for example, some planned tasks, stuff like that. Now let's go to the Now Brief. Now Brief summarizes your day. It shows you some things like the weather, your events, YouTube videos to check out, and you can also customize your Now Brief, so feel free to do it.
Hope your day is going as planned.
It can also read it out loud, but I just hate the voice here. It's so robotic. Now let's go further. There are alarms, calculator. You can record use the voice recorder. You can discard it, pause it, stop it, whatever. I'll actually discard because I don't want that recording. Now, you can also add your favorite note somewhere here to view it quickly. Then you can have all the different stuff. And to customize it, I'll show you how to customize it. But before that, there is also something else here. Not only can you view those widgets that you've added yourself, you can also see the notifications. And if that notifications is a message from someone, like on WhatsApp, in Messages app, or anywhere else, you can click on it. Then you'll find suggested replies here, or click on reply and type that in with the keyboard. That is extremely useful. Just send it and it's done. Now I'll see if it's sent on my other device. Yes, I have received it. So now let's go further. Let's go to customizing it. Or should I say, let's go to the last step first. Last thing that you should check. Slide down from the top of your screen. Now see different things here, like the Wi-Fi. You can enable or disable Wi-Fi. There are all the other quick actions. Play music. You can select that, but I will need to open my phone to continue because I'll need to select whether I want to use Spotify or YouTube Music. I will select YouTube Music. Of course, if you have any other app installed, like for example Tidal, you can also use that. I'll close that thing here and let's just play anything. I'll lower the volume down so it doesn't interrupt me. Now, I don't think I will be able to play it since I don't have the YouTube Music. Yeah. I'm not able because I don't have YouTube Music, but maybe if I chose Spotify, it would be better. So I'm gonna do that and get back to you. Okay, I have switched to Spotify now, and you can see that I have this little music player app here. I can click on it to view more about it. I can start playing it. I can change media output like my phone speaker, or if I had headphones connected, I could choose that. Then there's way more. I can select different music, right? I can swipe down from the top of the screen to also manage that. I think it's useful. If I go to the next one, it selects that. And now let's actually go to customizing finally. It also has this weird animation that doesn't do anything, but it's cool. And now let's go to customizing our cover screen. To do it, go to settings. Now go to cover screen. Then find widgets, because that's what we're gonna do right now. Now you can see that I have a few different pages here. If I want to remove something, I can click on minus and it's removed, right? If I want to add something, like for example, let's add the reminders. That sounds cool. Let's press and hold on it to place it somewhere. Then I'm gonna set it on a new page on the right. Okay. And now I have it. I actually changed my mind. I will move it to a page somewhere else. It's not as easy as it seems. I'll actually need to go there and add it again. Yeah, because I wanted to fill in that space. And you can do whatever you wish here. Some apps do support it, like Spotify supports it. You can see you can add this big widget of Spotify. That also seems useful. I'll just click on it because it's a 4x4 widget, so it'll take 4 spaces anyway. Now if I close it, if I unlock the device, I can go to that Spotify widget and actually select what I want to hear. And let me know in the comments down below if you find it useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Hello So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to customize your flex window, or it's also called the cover screen, on Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. As you can see, this is your cover screen, and if you want to customize it, it's best to just open the phone, then go to the Settings app. So let's go to the Settings app. Now go to the cover screen in Settings. And you can see there are a few different wallpapers already set, and you can switch between them. I'm gonna show you how to switch between them later. Now let's add a new one. Also, if you want to customize an already existing one instead of adding new, you can click on the wallpaper that you've selected. You can also click on Manage to delete some wallpapers that you don't like or don't need. I'm just gonna remove a few because I don't really need that much. Let's leave it on this 3 and add a new one, so we have the 4th one. And you can select some featured wallpapers, gallery photos, create something with AI, or select informative presets, which are quite cool because they have different widgets on the screen at the same time. Then there's emojis, interactive wallpapers, the graphical wallpapers, and colors. Feel free to select whatever you'd like. I'll try to do the gallery. Let's maybe do the recent. Now in recent, I'll find a photo that I have. Like, for example, let's select this one maybe. I think it'll be cool. Just click on done. Of course, you can select up to 15. And when you have selected more than one, they will be automatically switching. Now here, you can do a few more things. You can click on gallery to select a different photo instead. You can add a frame to that photo, which seems quite cool, and is indeed quite cool. But I'll leave it on the standard one. Although, feel free to set it, change the colors of it, change the opacity of that frame. You can add alphabet frame to add a letter, like your first letter of the name, your initials, whatever you wish. I'll go back actually. Now let's also see effects. You can add different effects like blur, grayscale, colors, and set the color, or dark. And in the dark, you can also set the color that you want to set it to. I think I'll set it to that orange. It looks great now. Now let's apply it. And then you can also click on suggest, so it will automatically try to suggest something for your wallpaper, like this. But I actually want to go back. You can also zoom in the wallpaper. That's also a great feature here. Click on the clock if you want to change the font of the clock. And click on the color if you want to change it. Now I think I'll leave it on white because it is looking the best in my opinion, but you can change the style here as well. I'll also leave it on this vertical one, or maybe this one. This one is actually great. You can add weather information, and you can change the date and clock order. I'll leave it like that, and I actually will add date. You can also add widgets here. Maybe I'll add something like calendar, today date. No, I already see the today date here, so I don't need that, but maybe some upcoming events. Okay, now let's also click on this little plus sign. You can see it's sort of covered right now, but you can set it to none, dot, or icon only. That will display notifications, and I like it set to icons so I actually can see what notifications I've gotten. And you can also add battery icon if you want, and I also like that. Now you can also customize this shortcut, and I believe that camera shortcut is the best here because it lets you actually take a photo But if you want, you can set it to anything else at all. Like, for example, direct dial, so you can call someone. But I'll leave it on the camera app. I think that's the best one. Let's click on done now. And now, as I lock the screen, as I close it, you can see this is my screen right now. Once I unlock the phone, I actually have that finger for the fingerprint. If you want to swipe between different wallpapers that you have, press and hold, and then start swiping. Select the one that you like, and it's set. I'll actually press and hold and go to the one that I have set myself because I think that looks great. Now, let's also learn how to use the how to use the cover screen. Here you have notifications if you slide from the left. If you slide from the top, you have different controls, and if you slide from the right, you have the widgets, and we also will be customizing the widgets here. You can see like if there's your weather app, you can click on it and actually view the weather. If there's calendar, you can also see it well. There's also the now brief function. Some tasks, you can select them as done. The voice recorder, calculator, I think all of those are very useful. And to set them up, simply open the phone. Now in the cover screen, in settings again, go to widgets. Now you can find different widget pages here. If you want to delete a widget, click on minus. And if you want to add a widget, select a widget from the list at the bottom. Let's select maybe the battery widget. You can find different sizes of these widgets here. Like, for example, the battery status, in list, in circles, and stuff like that. Once you press and hold on it, you can add it either to an existing page on the side, on the right here, for example. No, it actually doesn't add to existing page. It creates either a new page on the left or on the right. So I'll do that because I don't have any pages right now. Let's add a new page here. Then on top of that, I'll add, maybe I already have the calculator, so maybe let's add a countdown. A countdown needs to be set up, but I'll set it up later. Now let's also do some gallery, maybe some images from my gallery. Let's allow all access. And now I think that's cool. Now I think I like it already. And let's just lock the screen. Let's close it. Let's unlock it. And now I'm gonna set up the countdown. I need to first click on it, then open the phone for just a moment and find the event that's important to you. Let's maybe add the party on 23rd of August. Let's save it. You can also do way more there. You saw there were quite a few settings. Let's see. You can see there's the countdown. You can also customize your images. You can select album or select images to show. And I will just select like a few images here. So maybe let's add this one and maybe this one as well. Then this one. And click on done. You can select up to 100 and they will automatically switch. And that will be about it for this video. I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.
Welcome. In front of me is a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7, and today I'll show you a couple tweaks and tricks you can do on this phone. So, to get started, we will open up our settings. I apologize, this is the second time I'm recording this, so some of the things are already changed. But in any case, let's get started by opening up our display. We're going to start off simple. Here at the very top we have a light and dark mode, which just allows you to permanently change your display from light to dark mode. It's completely preferential. Now under there we have dark mode settings, which allows us to have it set so the device will switch from light to dark mode based on time of day, for instance, or on a custom timer, which you can see how, for instance, during nighttime it would be beneficial for you to have something like dark mode enabled so you don't get flashbanged by your more than 3000 nit brightness display. Now if we move further down, we have motion smoothness, and here we have two options: adaptive and standard. Adaptive is the that runs up to 120, while standard is going up to 60. In general, you want to select the lower option if you don't see the difference between them. So 120 just gives you nice smooth motion when scrolling up and down and just generally doing all things throughout the device. So it means that you have 120 frames in a single second, every second. While the 60 just cuts that in half, so you have 60. And you can see how scrolling down, for instance, up and down gets you less frames, meaning things will look just a bit choppier. But if you don't see a difference between these two options, by selecting standard, you will get a better battery life. Even though both of these options are trying to cut away battery consumption by lowering down the refresh rate when there's nothing happening on the screen, like for instance right here, it still consumes the battery when you're doing something or when anything is moving on the screen. So if we go to motion smoothness, this right here is animated, so it automatically forces the device to run at 120 frames. So you can choose whichever one you want, and like I said, the lower one will get you better battery life. Now if we move back and move over to adaptive color tone, this is something similar to what Apple has with their True Tone, I think it's called. I finally remembered the name for it. And what it does is when you enable it, it tries to match the color temperature, or the temperature just of the display itself, to the environment that the phone is in. So with it enabled, it's trying to match right now the white table right here with the white right here. Personally, when I'm looking at it, it kind of fails at it, but on the camera it actually looks pretty good. Now, I'm going to turn that off just because if we go next to the screen screen mode, we have two modes. We have Vivid and Natural, and Vivid has the white balance slider right here, which allows you to manually set it yourself. But if you have the adaptive color tone enabled, you no longer can do that. So you want to select whichever option you prefer. And in terms of Vivid or Natural, it's just a saturation of the display. Choose whichever one you prefer. I myself like the Natural, it just tones down the colors, but Vivid also has the option, once we turn that off, give me a sec because I did mess up right now. So when you turn off that True Tone thing, you have the option for Advanced Settings in Vivid mode, and that allows you to tone down the colors right here manually, each individual, red, green, and blue. Along with having the slider for vividness, or correctly named saturation, sliding it to the other side will get you a more vibrant, saturated image. So choose whichever one you prefer. Now moving back, we have easy mode. This option I'm just going to touch upon is a mode designed for most likely elderly people or visually impaired people. It cranks up the size of the applications on your home screen, removes or increases the, maybe not increases, decreases the amount of applications that you have on a single page, as it makes them much bigger, and reduces the grid, so you have only like 3 applications in a line or horizontally. And vertically, I think you only are limited to like 4 or so, maybe more on this device, as it is kind of remote control-y in terms of how long it is. So yeah, you might want to double into this if you have some kind of problems seeing the device, identifying icons on your home screen. I won't be enabling this, as I believe it, if I remember correctly, it requires the device to be rebooted for this to take effect, so I don't really want to do that. Now moving back here, display, we have Edge panel, and the Edge panel by default actually would be visible somewhere right here. So I'm gonna just, there we go, bring it back up. Normally it looks like this. So you can barely see a faint little outline right here. You can swipe up on it, pulls out the panel. Also, usually it has a little bit more clutter in here with the... Let me see if I can find it. I can't remember how to re-enable the crap icons. But I believe it was this, to be honest. Oh, there we go. So by default, you have the Galaxy AI crap right here, and it's all four of them are at the very top. So you can get rid of them as they are not very good applications. You can do most of this without even needing this. I personally like to have more space right here to accommodate for more applications. Personal preference. Now you can see I have two rows right here. Typically when you first use the dock, it only has a single line, so single like column of it, but at the moment you start adding more apps in here, so as an example I'm just gonna pull up a couple more right here. So the moment you start plopping more applications, it eventually will give you a second row, and after you add even more, it then becomes scrollable. Now I still haven't exceeded the number to be scrollable, but then you can just scroll up and down. Now in itself, this dock is already useful, as it allows you to, at any point, whenever using any application, just pull it out and, for instance, grab something like Gallery. You can hold it, and you can see it then allows me to drop it and either split screen at the top, split screen at the bottom, also cancel, or if I drop it in the middle, it allows me to do the pop-up view. Now this one option is actually really nice, and you can use this application and quickly hide it away. Oops, I just messed up the button. So it allows me to hide it away, like so, into an app head, which I can just move around, and I can access it whenever I want. I can have multiple applications open like that in app heads. So as an example, I just bring up another one, browser, drop, and now we have two. I'm gonna minimize both of them, and you can see now we have a panel that allows us to choose from whichever one, and you can obviously, like you've seen before, have both of them open at the same time. You can have more than that open, and you can also simultaneously also split screen. Though right now it's kind of hard to see, so let's get rid of this completely, and you can see right now we're split screening. Also, as you see me just do, you can hide it away without doing the app head. So if you swipe it to the edge, it just kind of goes away and it's kind of opened state, and if you click on it, it opens back up. So pretty nice feature all throughout, just for multitasking. Now another thing you can do, while we're already at the point of multitasking, when you have split screen like this, you have this three dots right here. When you click on it, it gives you the option to add it to favorites. And now we can add it to edge panel or to home screen. Or you can do both of them, I think. So I'm just gonna do edge panel. If I pull it out now, I have access to it right here. And just to kind of showcase this, I'm gonna close this fully. Click on it, and boom, it opens up both of these applications in the state that I left them in at the same time, which makes it much nicer to just quickly split screen. Also, the position of this can be arranged. So as an example, you could have YouTube right here at the top and the browser below, and if you save it like this, that's how it's going to open up, and that makes it so nice. Anyway, I'm gonna go back just to the settings and move over to customizing this panel, which we can do by selecting edge panel and handle. You've seen me have it completely invisible before. Now the way you can do this is by sliding the transparency slider to high. This will make it invisible, even though you can see it right now still. When we go back, it will disappear. And I like to make it be positioned right where the volume buttons are. Typically, I would also match the size of this to the volume buttons, but because these volume buttons are on a smaller side and they are so high up, I like to just keep it as it is, or maybe even you could increase the size just so it goes a little bit lower. Makes it a bit easier for you to pull it out later on without needing to reach all the way to like where the volume buttons are, as they are, like I said, pretty high up on the phone, and the phone itself is pretty long. So now, with this being completely hidden from view, you can still access it, no problem. And in here, we also had the panels, which I kind of clicked on but didn't talk about. So you can add additional panels. I don't have the option to right now, but if you are signed in to the Samsung account, you will have Galaxy Store button right here. And in Galaxy Store, you can find additional panels that usually are paid. They're not expensive, they're like $1, $2 or so for you to buy, which obviously extends the functionality of this panel. And whenever you add any kind of panels and tag them in here, you can then swipe to the side on this panel to just flip through the pages that you have added. Okay, now moving on to navigation bar. We have buttons and gestures. I'm going to talk primarily about the gestures because there is some changes that have happened. So if we go into with the gestures being enabled to more options, you can see this is very limited. This in generally I would say is unacceptable for a phone that costs this much from a company that is one of the biggest phone manufacturers to be number one, removing options from Android to push their garbage ass accounts. Because what they did is they removed features that were here. Number one, they already shitified them. So if you're trying to, for instance, hide the bar, which you can, before it was visible right here for you to hide the bar, it was done in a way that if you're using third-party launcher, it didn't work well. So it wasn't an optimal option for anyone who is using third-party launcher. Now they completely removed it from here altogether and just left one option. So now to actually get this, you would need to download Good Luck. And just to showcase this, if I can type correctly, good. There we go. So you have this application called Good Luck. It is available to you only in Samsung Store because, like I said, they want you to sign into their garbage account. And this is the only reason why you would ever sign into Samsung account for this trash. Or, well, the application is actually good, but this is called Good Luck. And in here, you can see a bunch of other things you can download. I have two of them downloaded. I have the Navstar and QuickStar. Now, Navstar is the one that you would be interested for editing your navigation bar. As a quick little example, right here when we have gesture navigation and we go back, for instance, you can see that the navigation bar is cutting into the text. Why the hell is it doing that? That's not how default Android works. It should have been transparent. So why is it not? So it's already removing portion of your display from being used by having gesture navigation for no freaking reason. Not how default Android works, and they have the option for you to undo this. It's hidden in that application. So, bringing it up, we have things like transparent hint. So, transparent hint would basically remove this white background in any application that you have open and make it fully transparent like it is on my end. Though kind of hard to show it right now. Let me just open up something like settings. So you can see right now it's no longer cutting into the text itself that is visible on the screen. The text is going all the way to the bottom edge of the display. So that's one problem that I can remove. And in terms of customization for the bar, you can either hide it away fully, which we do have the option to do somewhere in here. So it's a very hidden option. At the moment, I don't remember how it's called, and I don't really feel like it's time to really search for it and try to figure it out, but you can mess around with them. The moment you enable it and go back into the navigation bar, more options, you will have the option to actually hide it fully away. If you're using the default launcher from Samsung, there shouldn't be much problems. If you're using third party, I recommend doing what I have done, which is make it much smaller. You can see it's still visible. It's just less visible as the transparency is increased to the max. You can see right here and here. And the width of it is shrinked. This is as much as I can push it. As you can see, these two little lines right here. So I can't do it anymore. But this is as far as you can take it. And another thing that you've seen right here is the QuickStar. Another thing that I personally like, which allows you to hide away some of your icons right here in your status bar. So just more customization. And again, more options that typically Samsung, or not Samsung, but Android normally has. Though, maybe not the new one. Anyway, one last thing that I wanted to show, which is what I've had enabled also throughout the entire video, is the animation speed. So if we go back and go to developer options, you will first need to enable developer options by going into about phone and software information and build number. Tap on that 7 times, click on OK, and this will then enable developer options in here. And we can swipe down past like half point and you will find this: window animation scale, transition animation scale, and animation duration scale. These by default are set to 1. And for instance, window animation scale is this window right here. And you can, for instance, turn it off. So it removes animations all like completely out of it. And the window will just pop instantly into view instead of being animated like it is, for instance, right now. I like to select it on a 0.5. This cuts the animation by half. So it saves you half of the time that you'd be waiting for it. And because these phones are fast enough to not stutter with that, it's a basically no-brainer option. It's just that it's hidden away like this for you to need to enable developer options to get this going. So that's one thing. And going back to the main settings page, there is one last thing that I wanted to show, which is, if I can find it, modes and routines. Actually, there's two things I want to show. So in modes and routines, you can select routines, and you have a couple different things. So if we go into routines, you can select add. Select add place, I guess. So I'm gonna make it something like workplace. Cool. While using the app, so it knows right now where I'm located at, and from here I can select save, so it knows exactly where I am. And let's see, I'm gonna do mode, and we should be able to create a custom one. Nope. Okay, there we go. So under routines now we can click on plus, add what will trigger this routine. So let's see, if I enter location, place. So place, I'm gonna select work. So the moment I'm at work, what it will do is when I arrive, so when I arrive at this location, then we can, for instance, set the phone to do not disturb mode, on, save. Arrive at work, good enough. So now it immediately goes into do not disturb mode as I am at work, so in this location. And we can set another routine, for instance, for this. When we leave this location, it automatically turns off do not disturb mode. And you can get more crazy with this. So for instance, you can do smart home things. So if you leave your home, it automatically turns off the lights. If you're at home at a specific time, that time is reached, it enables your lights. So it gives you very nice versatility to smart home specifically, which is what I tend to use this for. So you're less likely to need to interact with it. At that point, it becomes actually smart. So I highly recommend checking this out. It does take a little bit of finesse to set it up, but the moment you do, it's just kind of do it once and forget it. Now, one last thing that I wanted to talk about is under the audio, I believe, or no, sound and vibration mode. And if we scroll down, you will find the sound quality and effects. And here you have the adapt sound. We can tap on it. By default, I think it's turned off. So you will need to first enable it, and then when you click on the text, it takes you to right here. So we have several modes. We have the under 30, 30 to 60, and 60 and over. Choose either whichever one you fall under. And what this does is it creates or enables the custom-made equalizer for this age range hearing loss. So if you are aware, you do lose your hearing as you get older. So this specific thing tries to accommodate for that and boost those frequencies that you'd be losing with age to give you that hearing back of things that you want to hear by making them louder. Now, this only works when you're using something like headphones, earbuds, or anything like that. It doesn't work with the phone speakers itself. So you need to have, for instance, earbuds. But outside of that, what I recommend doing instead of choosing one of those is actually doing the add personalized sound profile. What this allows you to then do is create a custom equalizer specifically for you. Now, this also will then allow you to partially create an equalizer that compensates for your headphones or earbuds lack of specific frequencies or lower frequencies. So as an example, if your earbuds tend to struggle with some, I don't know, let's just say like 200 hertz frequencies. By going through this test, you might hear those frequencies, and those headphones will not be able to really produce them in a way that you can hear it, even if you can hear well. So you would select that you can't hear it, and therefore the phone would automatically boost these frequencies, the 200 hertz, to be a little bit louder, and hopefully make up for the lack of capability of your headphones to produce this sound. So you can see how this would kind of compensate for lack of quality in your hearing periphery by just creating a custom equalizer. Now, with that being said, hopefully you found this video helpful as it sums it up. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.